You're watching World One live from London. We are coming up on 1 p.m. here in London, 3 p.m. in Cairo. We want to bring you the very latest that's coming from Egypt right now. Thousands of people are in Tahrir Square demonstrating again, calling for the ouster of President Mubarak. A lot of things are happening. A lot of things are developing right now. We understand the Secretary General of the Arab League, Amr Moussa, is there in the crowds. Nima Al-Bagir joins us now with more on that and how huge that is.
I mean, this is really indicative of where the protesters are in their fight to get rid of Mubarak. It's now not about if and when, it's about how they're going to get him to move on. Amr Moussa is one of the most iconic figures in the Arab world. For him to be down there amongst the crowd, for that to be played out across the region, and now in addition to that, you have the Grand Mufti of Al-Azhar. I mean, just to contextualize that, Al-Azhar, they vie with the Mufti of Mecca to take out fatwas for the Sunni population of the Islamic world. He is one of the, I mean, Al-Azhar is mythological. It's like talking about the Vatican. If the Pope had gone out and joined protesters in St. Paul, this is really what this resembles right now.
And the fact that he's saying he is resigned now because he doesn't want the university to be disrespected because of his beliefs, and his beliefs are he wants to join in the revolution, and that is that's a big deal for the protesters down there.
Well, I mean, they started off this morning with the armed forces protecting the cordons around what has become one of the most symbolic patches of land in the entire Arab world, Tahrir Square, and then they're joined by Amr Moussa, and then now they have the Grand Mufti saying that their cause is legitimate. I mean, it's really important.
So what does that mean for Mubarak?
Well, it's really important to understand that in the rural areas, the rural poor in Egypt are very devout, they're very religious, and when you have a figure like the Mufti joining along the protesters, I think it's really going to make things difficult for Mubarak. Now for Mubarak, it's about how am I going to leave with as much dignity as I can hold on to in this situation.
And of course for the ruling as well, the people that are left, for Mr. Suleiman as well, it's like, well, how do they make sure that transition is a smooth one? That's the big question.
I think it's very disingenuous for Hosni Mubarak to say that there's going to be a power vacuum. Omar Suleiman has effectively been the power in the shadows for as long as Mubarak has ruled. So if, as we're hearing, that one of the options that's being discussed is that Omar Suleiman will head a transition government, then really he's just trying to buy time, because Omar Suleiman has effectively been part of the apparatus of ruling Egypt for the last 3 decades. Where is this power vacuum that Hosni Mubarak is talking about?
All right, Nima Al-Bagir, thank you very much for that. Of course, we are continuing to keep our eye on Egypt, on Tahrir Square, on Alexandria, and other parts of the country as well, as people come out in throngs to demonstrate against Mubarak and for calling for his ouster.
That's it for our show. We're going to leave you now with pictures from Tahrir Square, where thousands have gathered to demonstrate against Hosni Mubarak. They want him to go. These are live pictures. Today has been calm, almost celebratory in its tone. Many people are bracing and hoping that it will stay that way. And as they say in this part of the world, inshallah.